All right, so today we're going to be analyzing a failed ad campaign that's spent over $6,000 in its lifetime, and I'm basically going to look through some stuff on the what I would change, what he did wrong, because this is a completely failed ad campaign. It's got zero ROI, zero sales, so that's the issue with this. So I'm going to take you through what's wrong with it mainly, and then talk to you about what I would do different and what kind of ads I would create to make sure that because I'm actually taking over now. So I'm gonna give a couple ideas what I'm gonna do, and then obviously over time as I get results for this, I'm gonna post, I'm gonna document the results for it as well. So here, this ad account is mainly selling like solar like batteries, and yeah, so solar batteries, battery packs, all that stuff. So it's usually under $50. So out of the gate, as you can see, spent $1,000 on lead forms. So when it comes to making your campaign, what you want to look at is your. So yeah, this is I was busy making the campaign for him, but so just yeah. So it's important to choose a good marketing objective. So when you're here, you want to choose the right objective for your product. So if it's for a $50, that's the average order value for a battery pack. What you want to go for is probably traffic. All right, so I'm gonna go for traffic, not engagement, not lead generation. Definitely not. Lead generation is more for like probably like real estate coaching people, um, maybe for like therapists, stuff like that. Not for if you're selling an e-com product. You're not gonna run a $1,000 lead generation campaign and pay like $10 a lead. So messages is good as well, but that's gonna come in later on. All right, so don't worry too much about messages to begin with. You can do messages, but I'm just gonna start out with traffic. Yeah. Also, do not start out with conversions. I wouldn't recommend that if you're just starting out, especially for ecom. I'm just gonna go with traffic and then maybe conversions later on. So traffic, link clicks, landing page views. You want to stay away from that for now, unless you want to like get traffic to blog articles. I haven't messed around with it too much yet, so I'm not going to do anything for that. And then when it comes to making the ads, so offers, we've got offers there as well. So offers, I'm going to create that later on when it comes to retargeting. All right, so I'm going to do that later on. But the main issue is it comes with the targeting, right? So this is going to be difficult. This is my first time actually looking at this account and actually taking a look. So I haven't like prepared anything yet. But let's talk about the targeting. So I'm gonna be creating like 4 types of ads. But actually, I'm gonna be creating 2 types of ads. So one ad is gonna be for like social active people. So since this battery packs, we want to target people that go camping, hiking. Not only that, people are just generally interested in solar stuff. And then the other type is going to be more like emotional, a more practical reason to buy it. So one is going to be like an active type of ad. I'm not going to be creating them now because it's going to take super long. And the other ones are going to be more like an emotional ad. So for the active one, I'm going to create 2 types for that. So one is going to be like I'm gonna get the guy who actually owns this ad account to record a video where he just because he's super energetic, create a video talking about how he uses his battery pack and why it's useful, how other people can use it. So a really energetic video, okay? And we're gonna target it to very specific people. It's not going to be the same audience. And then for the second one, emotional, that's when I'm gonna get like I'm probably gonna get him to talk about it, or I'm gonna look at other stories of people who've used battery packs. It might be like, okay, it's gonna be a little bit more text based, but in the video as well. So it's gonna be more like, okay, all right. So when I first started out going camping every weekend, I never used to use battery packs, but now I've started using solar for a couple of reasons because it helps me stay, it helps me keep my phone charged while I'm traveling, for a couple of days because I've had bad issues with, normal regular battery packs, stuff like that. And, you don't have to worry about charging. So it's going to be more of a personal story. I'm just making it up, but it's going to be very personal, emotional. And so when it comes to the action one, All right. Well, what we're gonna do is let me just go to the targeting. So here it's just gonna be because he only ships to United States, so I'm just gonna stick to United States for now. Oh, that's custom audience. So location is gonna be United States. And then when it comes to the targeting, that's when you're gonna have to do research into what kind of people we're gonna be going after. So as you can see, he's already done quite a bit. So we're gonna go like solar panels, people interested in that. So I'm gonna suggest solar power, solar energy, solar power world, all that stuff. Solar energy. I'm assuming all these are like solar related stuff. That these are all the stuff he's been targeting. But I'm gonna show you the difference between. So this is what he's been doing lately. I'm gonna show you how I'm gonna change it up to actually get sales, because this whole ad account failed. $6,000. Some efficient energy use. So in terms of the energy use and the solar power, I'll probably split that up into two different things. So you can see it's more about global. So there's two sides to this. So there's more like the solar interest, and then there is the alternative energy. You can notice, and then we've got a bit of like societies and actual so we got societies as well in Solar City, and we've got associations. So I'd probably split those up, but it's okay to keep them in for now. And then we're gonna narrow the audience. Okay, so this is just so we got these solar people in there for now, and then we're gonna narrow it down to so for the active campaign, the actionable people social, we're gonna find like humorous pages, so like whatever 9gag people that are interested in that, all this stuff, and also interested in 9gag. Okay, BuzzFeed. Okay, and then we will usually like do some read or sort of lad Bible, whatever college humor, and probably Unilad. All right, so you can see we got 2.8 million people, and from here we're gonna narrow it further. Okay, into where is it? Hiking, hiking and camping, outdoor enthusiasts, and got camping. We're gonna do tracking, hike. See, this is all perfect stuff for people who actually would want to need these solar batteries, outdoor recreation. Okay, camping world. So this is me creating an ad on the fly. I haven't done no research for this at all, but this is like a prototype, if you will. Okay, this is more of a prototype for my ad. This is how I would think about it. All right, so this is the overall structure I would use. Okay, we're gonna have some bigger solar interest over here. We're gonna target people who are interested, in like funny pages. So generally, these people are gonna be like more social, more open, they're more action based. See, I'm actually targeting based on personality types. Okay, so the two personality types, the one is social, actionable, and the other one's more like emotional and practical people. All right, and then we're gonna narrow down further to people who are interested in camping and outdoor recreation, hiking, camping with family. So you could actually create a separate ad just for people who camp with family. Imagine how cool that is. And you can be like, yo, you can use this for your entire family, because this guy, he has some bigger products that that you can really set up and lay out when you go camping. So it's pretty cool. And you got backpacking. And also, what we could target is people like nomads and people just go backpack traveling. So yeah, so there's a lot of opportunity here. Okay, so this is an overall scope of how we target, and okay, so this is an overall scope of how we target. So this would be for the social actionable people. Yeah, so this would be like a really like action-based ad. Really encouraging them to use this. Okay, so I'm actually going to compare this to what you know what he's been targeting before. I'm gonna show you one of his ads. I haven't really looked into it much, but so I'm looking at it now for the first time as well. And I'm gonna show you the difference, the overall difference, to give you an idea of, you know, where he kind of went wrong, if you will. All right, I click on edit. All right, so here we can see he could spend $200 a day for a lead campaign. If when you're starting out, if you're new, do not do $200 a day. Start out with $5 a day, $10 a day per ad set, because you don't want to put everything into one ad set and then just leave it running. And basically Facebook will just take all your money. All right, so this is audience details. Let me just go into this. So as you can see, that he only targeted one interest, okay, and that was timeshares. Yeah, so that's pretty bad. So as you can see the difference, right? You got all the solar stuff, and then we got one interest. But this is for one of his other products. So let's look at one of the, you know, solar battery products. So I'm actually going to scroll to the right and look at the website purchases and look at which ones I've had purchases. So I'm going to go with this one. Actually, I'm going to go with this one. It says solar and free plus shipping. So let's click on edit and see this one here, right here. Okay. All right. So here we go. He's got some more stuff going here. This is what I was looking for. So he's targeted all these interests and people who are also interested in this. Okay, sun power, solar power. Yeah. So as you might expect, this probably narrows down the audience for no reason. He could have just kept it all in one place, unless he actually researched every single one of these societies, because here we're creating societies. So let me see. Let me actually see what solar world is, because I'm actually quite interested now to see, because I think these might all be societies, because I would actually look at the solar. So let me see solar city. Enter loads up solar city. So I think this is a company. Corporation. All right, so it's a subsidiary of Tesla. So it's an Elon Musk company, and then we got Solar World. Solar World Industry manufacturer. Yeah. Okay, so he took the general ones and then narrowed it down. Not bad, but it didn't generate any results, so that's the problem, right? And then let's actually take a look at his ads. See, we've only got one ad. You always need to have at least 3 to 4 ads to actually target different types of people, because not everyone's the same. I saw an ad yesterday by a guy who's doing like pitbull stuff, and it said like, oh, become a pitbull. Like he's selling pitbull rings and said like, oh, become a pitbull overnight. It's like some people will see that and be like, no, I don't want to become a pitbull. So, you know, it just messes up your ad. You don't want to include that in all of them. Giveaway alert, claim yours now. Yeah, so one problem is just the image. Like it's not the image, it hasn't been made properly. So that's the main problem, is the image. It needs a good image or a video. You really want to start using videos now, because everyone watches videos. It's the big thing out right now. Images are slowly going to go out of date as videos start to take over. Second mistake is headline. All right, never put stuff like that in your headline. Your headline has to be like descriptive and powerful. This is like after the picture, the second thing people see is your headline. So your headline, you really have to sell the solar panel. Okay, so if we're targeting people that go hiking, you can write the #1 hiking solar panel, you know, in America, for example. So you know, something descriptive. Or if it's a good solar, you can be like, all right, the solar panel reach the fastest recharging solar panel in the world, something like that. Basically something descriptive and something that actually explains the product and makes them want to click, not click here, that's just too clickbait. That's not going to work. It hasn't worked. And if you're starting out, a little trick you want to use is you choose no button. So when we do that, if this loads, you don't record. All right, okay. Yeah, I'm not an admin of this particular page, so it's not gonna let me do it. But just use no button. See what kind of conversions you get on that. It's quite interesting when you use no button versus a button because it blends in with the news feed. So when it blends in, it's pretty cool. People think it's a normal post, but it's actually basically not a normal post. It's obviously an ad, and you might get higher click-through rates. So anyway, so when it comes to the budget, I don't usually set schedules and stuff. I go with daily budgets because I monitor everything daily. Run my ads continuously. Link clicks, and you see over here what you want to do is, so if you click on manual now, see it says $30 per link click. All right, so there's two reasons for that. One, he's already been paying. This ad account is already super bad. $13 per lead. He's already been paying so much, like nearly $1 per click. This entire $40 per page, like all this stuff. So Facebook is really going to increase the price. All right, naturally it's going to increase the price because it's already been so bad, and they're recommending that they're naturally putting in impressions because they kind of remember that this ad account is not good, so we're just going to give them impressions. What you want to do is click on more, I think it said more settings, but just click on that button and then click on link clicks because you want to be charged per link click and not per impression. Problem is that this is not going to update right here, but you want to assume that it's going to have gone down by at least just about like $5 to $10, and then just put your bid in. So for me, I put a bid like 50 cents or whatever. And so link clicks, make sure it's link clicks, and later on over time I might just do accelerated if it's too slow. Yeah, so if I'm not getting too many clicks, I'm just going to put accelerated to get clicks fast. Okay, so that's me covering just the basics of the targeting. As for the ads and stuff, I might go in more detail in a future video, but for now you got an idea of how to target. You need to target different personality types. You can't create one ad for everyone, as I showed you before. So that's why this ad is going to be just for people who are like very social. And then later on, what we do is we take all this out. That's all we do. We take all this out, and then what we do is quote inspirational quotes. Okay, so this is for people who are more emotional, right? People, daily inspiration. Whatever, positive thoughts. So these are the people where you're going to use more of like testimonial based emotional ads where you talk about your experience, explain how it helped you in life, etc., etc. But I'm going to go into more detail that in future videos. For now, just stay tuned, subscribe to my channel, and check out my Facebook group. It's called Ultimate Hustlers. I'm going to put a link below. So yeah, peace out.